Okay, so we are discussing about the Indian economic policies. Indian economic policies. So as you discussed earlier, in the part of the Indian economic policies, we are many policies. So among them, in this particular chapter, that is in the second chapter, we are going to be discuss about some important aspect like agriculture policies, industrial policies, and IT sector, industrial development, public-private sector role in case of the employment and productivity. So these things actually we are going to discuss in this particular chapter. So in the part of that, so we are going to discuss first agriculture sector. Agriculture sector we are going to discuss. In the agriculture policy or in the part of this agriculture sector, what we can say? So here we have to discuss the important aspect according to our syllabus, like see, first of all, we have to know that contribution of agriculture sector to income, to our GDP or GVA or national income. What is the ratio of the agriculture sector contribution? Of course, already we discussed in the broad way. That is the three major sector. They relatively about the contribution we discussed actually already in the part of that one. But here the point is within agriculture sector, as we discussed earlier, there are many subsectors like crops, livestock, fishing, forest, and etc. So what is the relatively contribution of these subsectors within the agriculture sector? So in the detailed manner we are going to discuss here, like contribution of the agriculture sector to the income and the growth rates, individually in each and every sector, the growth rate. So the contribution to the income and the growth rates we are going to discuss in this particular topic. And then we have to know that what are the problems, what are the problems facing the Indian agriculture sector. Indian agriculture sector. What type of the problems facing this Indian agriculture sector? Because here our topic is policy. When we will take the policy, here the government is going to take the policy. Please remember, the government is going to take the policies when the government is going to take the policies for the progress of that particular sector. The policy is a government measure, it is a government action. Please remember, policy nothing but it is a government action, government decision, government measurement. For the progress of that particular aspect. Since we are talking about the agriculture sector, so here we are going to discuss the importance of the agriculture sector, what are the problems are going to face the Indian agriculture sector, and what is the remedies is taken by the government for the promotion of the agriculture sector in the country. So we are going to see all this aspect in this particular topic. So that's why to take the policies, first of all we have to know what type of the issues are there in the particular sector. That's why what type of the problems is there in the agriculture sector, first we have to understand. So then we can take some measures to improve that one. When there are the problems, why should we take the necessary action? When the problem is there, we can left that sector. See, for example, we are preparing the economy for the competitive exam, but compared with other subject, the economy is a little bit difficult. Actually, it is a very easy subject if you read with one systematic way or a logical way. But anyway, so I am talking about the majority opinion. So according to the majority opinion, it is a little bit difficult for the students to understand the subject. So, but even though it is a difficult to understand to prepare for the competitive exam, why you are reading? Okay, when there is a difficulties, when there is a problem, so you can leave the economy. But why you are studying? Because we know that so there is the importance of the economy. So without economy, you will not get your job. So there is a important to the job is important for your life. Say in your life, to get that particular job, to enter in service, so you have to success in the competitive exam. So in that particular exam, the economy is more important role. That's why you are not able to neglect. So that's why even though it is a difficult, even though it is may not be interested for you, so you have to read it. Okay, it is a compulsion. So that means there is a importance of that subject. So that's why here also, there may be a lot of problems in the agriculture sector. But when there are a lot of problems, why we have to take up? We can leave that agriculture sector. But we cannot leave the agriculture sector because of the importance of that particular subject. So that's why here we have to understand that importance of that agriculture sector. That is importance of agriculture sector we have to discuss. So at the same time, when we are talking about the problems and importance of the agriculture sector, there are the some of the important there, but all the problems we may not be discussed. For all the problems there may not be solution. So here in our India, so in our country, there are some solution taken by the government to solve the problems which is facing by the agriculture sector. So like there are some important issues or problems. Okay, problems or issues related to credit. Okay, they're related to finance. So what are the issues are there related to the finance or related to credit? So that things actually we are going to discuss in this particular aspect. So in this particular topic. And for the development of the agriculture sector, after the production of the agriculture output by the farmers, to sell their output to the market is more important. But what is the condition of the agriculture marketing in the country? So we are going to discuss about the agriculture marketing in the country. Okay, when we are discussing about the agriculture marketing, okay, the development of the market is one important, and provide the profitable price to the farmers is also one of the most important. That's why to give the profitable prices to the farmers, there is one important policy in the part of the agriculture policy. So that is what called minimum support prices. Okay, minimum support prices policy also one of the thing we have to discuss in this particular issues. Okay, like agriculture mechanization. Okay, mechanization is also one of the initiation for the development of the agriculture sector. We have to discuss about that one. Okay, like the new agriculture system in the part of this mechanization. So that is a new strategy we have to adopt in the existed policy. So that is called new agriculture strategy. So we have to discuss about the new agriculture strategy. So that may be new agriculture strategy after 1960s in the name of the Green Revolution. Okay, new agriculture strategy after 2000, maybe in the name of the second Green Revolution. Okay, it is a new agriculture strategy. Now after 2005, it is also called second Green Revolution. And from 2014-15 onwards, so the new strategy was adopted in the name of the Tricolor Revolution. Okay, before that Evergreen Revolution, National Agriculture Policies. So like that it was there. So about that strategies, we have to discuss in the case here. Okay, then the recently the most important policies related to agriculture is doubling farmers' income, DFI. Okay, DFI is one of the important aspect, that is a doubling of farmers' income. Okay, to increase the farmers' income with 2 times. Okay, what type of the strategies adopted by the government? What type of the financial support is giving to the farmers to increase their income 2 times, that is doubling by 2022-23. Okay, by 2022-23, the farmers' income should increase by 2 times. Okay, that is also we are going to discuss. That is a doubling of the farmers. That is one important aspect. And Atma Nirbhar Bharat. Okay, the latest the policy is Atma Nirbhara Bharat. So in the part of Atma Nirbhara Bharat, so that is self-reliant. Okay, in the part of the self, what you call reliant, what is the strategy of the agriculture sector? Okay, agriculture sector strategy. So in the part of this self-reliant. Okay, this is the new strategy. Okay, that is a financial support too. It may not be new strategy, but it is the financial support to government decision. Policy, nothing but already told you, it is a government decision to promote that particular aspect. So that's why whatever the activities taken by the government to promote the agriculture sector, okay, agriculture sector, for the development of the agriculture sector, so all these things will come under this what you call agricultural policies. Okay, that agriculture sector should be taken up. Okay, these are the things we have to discuss in the part of this agriculture sector. So maybe land holdings. So all these are the issues. Okay, to what are the solutions to solve that problems? Okay, these type of the things. Okay, particularly we have to understand. So we have to discuss in this particular topic. Okay, here the first, as usual, see, the economy, the always has to discuss with 3 aspects. Please remember, in the agriculture sector, that principle may not be applicable, but whenever we are discussing the theoretical concept like fiscal policy, monetary policy, national income, okay, disinvestment, FDI policies like that. So whenever we are discussing that theoretical framework, first you will try to understand what is what, that is basic. Some theoretical terminology, try to understand. And try to understand the application. Okay, that is analysis. Application or analysis, analytical aspect you should take care. And the next thing will come under the data. Okay, the data also important for theoretical framework. But since it is agriculture sector, there may not be important terminologies here. But almost it is policy and outcome. That is the result, that is data aspects will be there here. Okay, in this particular chapter, first we will try to understand the contribution of the agriculture sector. Okay, the status of the agriculture sector. First we will try to understand the contribution of the agriculture sector. So that is, okay, it is, we are discussing about the contribution. Okay, contribution of agriculture and what you call allied sectors. Allied sectors with current year prices. Okay, current year prices we are going to be discuss here. So here the first we'll try to understand that what is sector. Okay, we are going to discuss the different subsectors in the agriculture sector. Within agriculture sector, we have different subsectors. So we will try to find out this agriculture sector particularly. So this within this agriculture sector, what is the contribution 2016-17 and 2017-18 and 2018-19, also 2019-20 for important aspect. Okay, this we will try to understand the first. So here within the agriculture sector, okay, the first one is known as the crops. Okay, it may be general crops. Okay, it may be like horticulture crops. So called agricultural crops. Okay, different type of the crops. Okay, the crops contribution alone is 10.6% in our GDP in 2016-17. Okay, it was 10.4% in 2017-18. Okay, 10.4%. Whereas in 2018-19 it was 9.4%. Okay, 9.4% was there for 2018-19. So for 2019-20, the subsectors contribution were not available, but so we have the information of the overall agriculture sector contribution. Okay, like after these crops, the second subsector within the agriculture sector is known livestock. Okay, livestock is one of the important subsector within the agriculture sector. So its contribution was 4.8% in GDP in 2016-17, and whereas so it was 5.1% in 2017-18. It was continued with the same percentage in 2018-19. Also, that is livestock the contribution. And the next one is forest and logging. Okay, the forest and logging. That is forest and forest products. So this sector contribution in the GDP was 1.5% in 2016-17 and 1.4% in 2017-18 and 1.3% in 2018-19. And one more subsector within the agriculture sector is like fishing and like aquaculture. Okay, aquaculture is also important aspect. So its contribution is 1.1 in 2016-17 and in 17-18 so its contribution was 1.2. So in the 18-19 also its contribution was 1.2%. Okay, that is. So the sum of these four subsectors is known as the agriculture and allied sectors. Okay, agriculture and allied sectors. Okay, this agriculture and allied sectors, the contribution, the sum of these two, so it is 10% and 4, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 16, that is 1, 2, 8, 17, that is 17.5%. The contribution was there during this particular year. Okay, 18% contribution during 2016-17 and 2017-18 it was again same with 18%. So in 2018-19 it was 17.1%. And in 2019-20 the overall the contribution of agriculture allied sector was 16.5%. Okay, we don't have the breakup details, but we have the overall data for 2019-20 with advanced estimation what we can say.